Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Verse number 55. Inna ashabal jannati inna ashabal jannatil yawma fi shugulin fakihun. Inna is harfu tawkidin wa nasbin, that is particle for emphasis, and that makes the ism, that particle makes the ism mansoob. So we see that ashaba is mansoob. Ashaba is actually sahibun singular, ashabun plural. So that is not on the pattern of Jama Muzakkar Salim, is on the pattern of Jama Taksir, is broken plural. So ashabun is actually ismu inna mansubun bil fatah, and we see fatah here, and that is because of inna. And that is the file from the verb sahiba, jama taksir wa huwa mudaf. So this actually comes from the verb sahiba, and the file from the verb sahiba is sahibun, and the plural is ashabun. And inna changes to ashaban, but then it becomes mudaf. Mudaf cannot have an in, so that is why it changes to ashaba. So ashaba is mudaf also, and jannati is mudaf alayhi majroor. Mudaf alayhi has to be majroor, and this sign shows that is majroor. Walamatu jarihi al kasra. So this kasra sign is making it majroor. Al yawma. Al yawma is zarfu zaman, adverb of time, mansubun bil fatah, and that is the adverbs are mansub, and that is mansub bil fatah, and the fatah sign is here. Fi is harfu jar. Shugulin again is a majroor bil kasrati, and the kasra is here. Fakihuna. Fakihuna is actually, the singular is fakihun, and the plural is fakihuna, and is jama muzakkar salim. So huwa so is actually for singular is fakihun in the marfu form, and for dual is fakikhani, and plural is fakihuna, same page 4 table. So inna, because we taking it marfu, because we already have ismu inna, and ismu inna we know mansoob, and when inna comes we have to find the ismu inna and khabru inna. So ismu inna is ashabun and khabru inna is fakihun. Khabru inna has to be marfu, so that is why we taking the marfu form of the plural fakihuna of this fakihun. So this, the presence of waw means is the rafa form. And on page 4 you can try this, the table on page 4 with this word fakihun, and then it will change to fakihuna for plural rafa. So khabru inna marfu bil waw li'annahu jama muzakkar, because this is jama muzakkar salam, wa huwa ismu fa'il min al fi'l salasi. So this is actually the ism file from the verb faqih, 3-letter verb faqihu. So that the file from here is faqihun. Faqihuna, the ones who gonna be enjoying. So the translation is indeed the companions of the heaven that day gonna be busy in enjoying themselves. So they're gonna be enjoying shugulin, in the shugulin mean busy, in the busy enjoying. So heaven, I should make it capital here. Okay, so that was verse number 55. Verse number 56. Hum wa azwajuhum fi zilalin alal araiki muttaqiyun. Hum is zamirun munfasilun and is mubtada. Nothing is attached so no particle or any noun is attached, so is independent, so that is why it's called detached pronoun, zamirun munfasilun, and is mubtada. Wa azwajuhum, waw is harfu atfin, and azwaju is actually comes from the word zawjun, azwajun, plural of zawjun, and again this is on a broken plural, jama taksir. Isam matuf ala hum, and is waw is connecting to this hum, so that means is matuf. So when is harfu atf, that means is connecting some previous thing. So that is called is isam matuf of hum, and is when is hum, this is the rafa form, so because mubtada has to be rafa, so then azwaju is also rafa, so hum marfu bid damma, and we see damma here, this waw. Wa huwa mudaf, and hum is mudaf alay, zamirun muttasilun fi mahalli jarrin mudaf alay, because hum won't show the changes of rafa nasab jar, so that is why we will say fi mahalli jarrin mudaf alay, in place, that is in place of, this hum is actually in place of jar, which we don't see. So they and their companions, fi harfu jar, and zilalin isam majroor, so jarun wa majroorun, in the shades. Ala harfu jar again, and araika is actually the plural of the verb, the plural of the noun, arikatun, araikun. So arikatun is actually a couch, araikun mean couches, so is majroor alal araiki, so is majroor by this kasra because of Allah is harf of jar, so is a majroor. And what is the sign that is majroor? The kasra sign there. So that kasra sign, that is the sign that is a majroor, and is jama taksir, is the broken plural, is not a regular plural of that we have on page 4 and 5. Muttaqiuna, so muttaqiun is actually coming from the singular is muttaqiun, the plural is muttaqiuna, so that is actually jama muzakkar salim. So for singular, say so let's try this on page 4. So you see muttaqiyun, muttaqiyani, muttaqiuna, muttaqiuna. When you see waw, that means is the rafa, because you don't see waw anywhere else. So when you see waw here, that means is the rafa and plural. So that is the sign that is rafa and plural. So muttaqiuna is rafa and is plural, jama and marfu. So muttaqiuna means reclining. So they and their spouses in the shades on the couches reclining. So when we had mubtada here, hum, the khabar is coming all the way to the end here. Muttaqiuna is marfu bil waw. I just showed you the waw sign, that means is marfu. Liannahu jama muzakkar, because this is jama muzakkar salim. So khabar is here, that means they are reclining on the couches in the shades. That means there won't be any sun or sunlight. And next verse is verse number 57. Lahum fiha fakihatun wa lahum ma yaddaun. So lahum is jarun wa majrurun, la harf of jar, hum zamirun muttasilun, is a majrur, and lahum combined is khabar muqaddam, that khabar that is preceding the mubtada. Fiha is jarun wa majrurun. Fi is harf of jar. Ha is zamirun muttasilun. Ism majrur. So fiha combined is jarun wa majrurun. Fakihatun. Fakihatun mean fruits. So fakihatun is actually mubtada here and is coming after muakhar marfu bid damma. So for them are fruits. It means this mubtada khabar becomes a complete sentence. Fahum fakihatun lahum, but because of emphasis on lahum it has come before. So for them are the fruits, or we can say the fruits. Fruits are for them. Fiha, in it, in the heaven. Walahum, again waw harfu atfin, and lahum again the same lahum jarun wa majrurun khabar muqaddam. Again khabar has come before. Ma is ism mausul mubtada muakhar bimani allazi, and for them whatever, for them is whatever. Yaddauna, so yaddauna is a verb, whatever they call or they ask. It actually coming from the three root letters ta, yad'u. So this is the form 1, and in the form 8 we add alif before the before the three root letters, and ta after the first one, so it changes to itta and yatta'i. So let me show you form 8 formation again, page 44. So you see form 8, the verb is formed by prefixing letter alif and adding letter ta after the first radical of the root form fa'ala. So you see, if you have fa'ala, you add alif here and then you add ta after fa, so it becomes ifta'ala yaftailu. So that's why itta is on that pattern of form 8, because you see ta here after da and alif before, and then what happens, so is a weak verb. So then itta, this ta actually assimilates with da, so it merges with da, and then you see it doubles the da, and ta is just merges into ta. So that is why you see it changes to idda. This doubling of da means one is ta and the da, but ta has merged to da, so and has taken the form of da, so it is idda. And similarly actually the verb is in the present tense is yattai. We should say yattai, but then again ta merges with da and becomes yaddai. So actually is this, but it changes to this idda'a yaddai. So going back to the table again. So you see idda'a yaddai, amr iddai, iddaun muddain, mudda'an uddu'iya yudda'a. So this is the pattern. Okay, so yaddai, huwa yaddai, huma yaddayani, hum yaddauna. So is actually yattai, yattaiyani, yattaiuna. So you see here yattaiuna, but then when this ta merges with da, this ta merges with da, so then also yattaiuna changes to yaddauna. And I have the table for yaddai on page 201. See here, idda'a, huwa idda'a in the past tense, yadda'i in the present tense. So huwa yadda'i, huma yadda'iyani, hum yadda'una. So this is the yadda'una and comes for whom. So yadda'una and the file is whom. So yadda'una fi'lun madariun marfoon bi subuti noon, and asluhu originally it is yatta'iuna, but because of this assimilation it becomes yadda'una and filuhu hum. So for them in it or in the heaven, fakihatun are fruits, walahum, and for them is whatever. When I'm saying is or are, that means because it's jumla ismiya, so it's a complete sentence, and that is why we have that khabar or mubtada and khabar. And yadda'una, so yadda'una is the verb, whatever they ask for, whatever they're gonna ask there, they're gonna get it. So that is the simple translation of this verse. Verse number 58, Salamun qawlam min Rabbir Rahim. So Salamun is mubtada, means peace, and is marfu, this rafa sign here, and its khabar is mahzuf, which is alaikum. So is actually salamun alaikum, but alaikum is mahzuf. So when salamun alaikum means peace be upon you, so it's complete sentence. Qawlan is a word, or is a saying or a speech, and is maf'ul mutlaq. But you see, when maf'ul comes, there has to be a fail and file, so which is not here, which is omitted. Means the verb is yakulu, it's gonna be said. What is going to be said? A statement is going to be said, which is salamu alaikum is going to be said from the Rabbir Rahim, from the most merciful Lord, from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So qawlan is maf'ul mutlaq li fi'l mahzuf and is mansub because maf'ul has to be mansub, wa alamatu nasbuhu al fatha, and this fatha sign means is fatha sign means that is mansub. So I have the maf'ul detail on page 47. So maf'ul mutlaq normally comes from the same root verb, but this is omitted, this is mahzuf, but it can be from the other root verb. So that is, it is maf'ul mutlaq, a word or saying. Min is harf of jar, Rabbin ism majroor, and Rahimin is naat for manut Rabb. So is sifa, and this is the quality of the noun here, the Rabb here. So sifa li Rabbin majroor bil kasra, and so because Rabbin is majroor, so this is also has to be majroor. This is a common noun, no al here, so this is a common noun, no al here. Rabb is singular, Rahim is singular, and as Rabb is masculine, this is masculine. So a naat has to follow its manut in all those areas. So the translation is like this: Salamun alaikum is mahzuf. The peace is gonna be a statement that gonna be there from the most merciful Lord. In other words, the most merciful Lord will welcome the Ashabul Jannati with the Assalamu alaikum, peace be upon you. So peace be upon you, a saying from the most merciful Lord. Next verse is 59. Wamtazul yawma ayyuhal mujrimun. So wamtazu and stay apart or distinguish or get separate from the believers. So that's going to be the mujrimun, they're going to be told to stay away or get separate or get distinguished from the believers. So wamtazu, and so it's actually the 3-letter verb is maza yamizu, and then again form 8 I just showed you, and just in the previous verse, before this verse, yaddauna, when alif and ta is added, it becomes form 8. So similarly, alif and ta is added after meme, so it becomes imtaza and yamtazu, form 8. And let's see that on page 44. So imtaza, yamtazu, and the amar is imtaz, you see, and the masdar is imtiazun, fa'il is mumtazun, maf'ul is mumtazun, and majhul past tense umtiza, present yumtazu. So this is the amar form of the verb imtaza yamtazu. So amar, we know that is going to be given to the second person. So when it is anta imtaz, distinguish, you distinguish, for single, for anta, and then for antuma it changes to imtaza, and for antum it, because it's talking to mujrimun, right, so it's plural, so is antum imtaz, imtaza, imtazu. So just like iftal, iftala, iftalu on the waznuhu, on the pattern of iftalu. So this is how imtaz changes to imtazu, because that's going to be that's the command verb, is the fi'lu amrin. A command is going to be given to distinguish. Al yawma, on that day, day of judgment. So zarfu zaman bil mansoob bil fatah, zarf has to be, this is the adverb of time, it has to be mansoob, and fatah sign makes it showing that is mansoob. Ayyu is ismu manada, actually harfu nida is mahzoof, so harfu nida is ya, particle for calling, which we don't see here. So in fact it's like it has to be ya ayyuha, but ya is harfu nida is mahzoof, and so ayyu is ism munada. When harfu nida comes, then there is the ism munada, also the one who is being called. So here ayyu is nakira and maksuda means intended, so those intended people are being called, so that is why is it has a dhamma sign, otherwise it changes to fatah. And it if is mudaf alayhi, like I have given many times this example, if is Abdullah, you add ya to it, it becomes ya Abdullah. Abu Bakr changes to ya Abu Bakr. So this is when mudaf alayhi, but in this case if is nakira maksuda, then the person who is being called, that is the intended. If you calling anybody like not in unintended gairu maksuda, then it changes to mansoob. But for nakira maksuda, if is the directly somebody intended is called, so then it stays it, and then it doesn't change to nasab. So because mujrimun, the criminal, is going to be called, al mujrimuna is coming from the verb, from the ism mujrimun. The verb is jarama yajrimu from ism file from yajrimu becomes mujrimun. ism file and is badal min ayyuha. So mujrimuna is actually substitute for ayyu, that is why ayyu is rafa, just like this sign rafa. So that is why mujrimun is also rafa. How we know is rafa? Because of the presence of waw, liannahu jama muzakkar salim. I just showed you. So if we do the table, mujrimun for singular, rafa form mujrimun, nasab mujriman, jar mujrimin, mujrimani, mujrimaini, that is for dual, rafa nasab jar. And for plural, rafa nasab jar is mujrimuna, mujrimina, mujrimina. So simple. In other words, if just we're talking about the rafa form, mujrimun, one criminal, mujrimani, two criminals, mujrimuna, two plus criminals. So is plural here. And when you see waw, so in that table only waw comes with the plural form, which is rafa, and is on page 4. So and is marfu bil waw liannahu jama muzakkar salim. So the disbelievers on that day, they will be told, or they will be said, stand apart or get separate from the believers on that day. That was verse 59. Verse number 60. Alam ahad ilaykum ya bani adama an la tabudu shaytana innahu lakum aduwwun mubinun. Alam, this hamza is actually al hamza to istifham. This means the particle for questioning. So this is a questioning statement. And lam is harfun nafi wa jazm. Lam will make the verb majzoom, the fail mudare, because fail mudare has 3 forms: marfu, mansoob and majzoom. Lam is the particle that changes the fail to majzoom, and we will see that in a minute. So ahada, the verb is ahada yahadu. So ahada yahadu, so that is the verb. And then let's go through the conjugation of this verb yahadu to see how yahadu changes to ahadu. Is actually ahadu, but then majzoom, lam is making it majzoom, which I'm going to show you later. But let me show you the verb formation on page 203. So ahida yahadu. So it's actually ahida yahadu, not ahada. Is a bit slow today. Okay, ahida yahadu. So huwa yahadu, huma yahadani, hum yahaduna, hiya tahadu, huma tahadani, hunna yahadna, anta tahadu, antuma tahadani, antum tahaduna, anti tahadina, antuma tahadani, antunna tahadna, ana ahadu, nahnu nahadu. So you see, this is the verb use ahadu. So is actually ahadu. Let's see how lam will change to how the majzoom verbs, what happens to what changes happen to them. So on page 35. So these are the so the particles that change the mood of the verb to majzoom are called haruful jazima, and they are in, lam, li, lamma, la. So you see lam here means did not. So lam will change, is the particle that will change the verb to majzoom form. So how the majzoom form changes? The third person singular masculine means the huwa form, and feminine means the hiya form, and second person singular masculine means the anta form, and the first person singular singular mean ana form, and the plural means nahnu form. Those five are made majzoom by putting sukun on the last letter. So normally those five in the rafa form will have a dhamma, but in the majzoom form that just replace the dhamma with the sukun. So for all other forms, noun is dropped except feminine plurals yaf, alna, and so just hunna and antunna, no change happens. Everything else noun is removed. So you see in our case was ahadu, which is the ana form. So ahadu will change to ahad. Let's go through it. So this is the example for yabudu. Our verb is yahadu. So just see yabudu will change to yabud. Tabudu will change to tabud. So this huwa, hiya. Anta tabudu will change to tabud, and ana abudu will change to abud. Nahnu nabudu will change to nabud. So in our case, yahadu will change to yahadu, yahad. Tahadu, tahad, and ahadu will change to ahad, and nahadu will change to nahad. So when you see on when the jazm, just kun sign at the end, that mean is the majzoom form. So you see ahad, this you see here sukun here, like I just showed you the table, that is actually ahadu, ana ahadu, but when you see ahad, that mean is the majzoom form of the fail mudari. So ahad is actually failun mudariun majzoomun bilam, because of lam. Wa alamatu jazmuhu sukun akhirhu. So you see here, just that is the sign that is majzoom. Wa fa'ilhu zamir fihi ana. So the ana, I just showed you that this is for ana ahadu. So ana is fa'il. I command. Did I not command? Because this is the hamza is the form, this is the questioning particle. So did I not tell you, did I not command you, or did I not take a promise from you to do what? Alaikum, to you. Jarun wa majrurun, ya bani. So ya has come here, harfu nida, the particle for calling, bani. This actually comes from the word, the noun, the ism noun ibnun. So ibnun has two plurals. One is the broken plural ibnun abnaun, and the other one is the jama muzakkar salim. So ibnun changes to banina and then banuna. So banina is actually harfu nida, so is munada because this is mansub. So is because this is mansub. So banuna, the plural is, and the rafa form is banuna, and the nasab and jan form is banina. So but because this also mudaf, so why we using banina, not banuna? Because this is mudaf alayhi, like I just said in some previous verse, that when you see mudaf alayhi, when you add ya to it, the mudaf changes to takes the nasab form, just like Abdullah becomes ya Abdullah, and ya Abu Bakr becomes ya Abu Bakr. So this is, we can't use banuna here, we have to use banina here. But then mudaf cannot have an in, and also cannot have the noon. cannot be heavy, so cannot be, so this noun has to be omitted for mudaf, because mudaf cannot take that noun, it cannot take an in, so that is why this noun is removed and the remaining is left is bani. So ya bani, children. So ya banina, because if is mudaf it changes to ya bani. Adama. So Adama is mudaf alayhi, and we know that mudaf alayhi has to be majroor, but this is not majroor, this is mansoob. Some nouns they don't change at all, so we call them mamnu min as-sarf. So that is why this Adama is mudaf alayhi is actually majroor, but its sign of majroor is fatha, because it's mamnu min as-sarf, because it prohibited to change. So Adama you will not see in any other form other than Adama, it always be Adama. So that is why you won't see the kasra sign, because it doesn't change to kasra. You will never see Adami here, so that is why, because it's mamnu, so otherwise is mudaf alayhi. The sons of Adam, the children of Adam. An is harfu tokidin. So is zaid is actually, you can even go without an. Ya bani Adam la tabudu, don't worship, but an has come for emphasis here. So means that la is la nahiya jazima and not at all. So this la also, just like in this, just like lam is the particle that changes the present tense to majzoom form, la also does the same thing. Let's look at that again, page 35. So you see the particle that change the mood of the verb to majzoom are called this, and they are, so lam is one of them, la is also one of them, should not or do not. So then is this is the particle that will make the present tense majzoom. So same thing, tabud is actually tabuduna, and in the majzoom form I just show you that for huwa, hiya, anta, ana, nahnu, the verb is made majzoom by just changing the u of those 5 forms by changing u with the sukoon, and for all other forms noun is removed except hunna and antunna. So this is antum. Let me show you the table. So, and on page 149. So the verb is abada yabudu. So huwa yabudu, huma yabudani, hum yabuduna, hiya tabudu, huma tabudani, hunna yabudna, anta tabudu, antuma tabudani, antum tabuduna. So this is the verb form use that comes for antum. This is the rafa form, because it has u here. So how this changes to majzoom? Yabudu will change to yabud, which is huwa. Hiya will also change, tabudu will change to tabud, anta will also change to tabudu, will change to tabud, ana abudu will change to abud, nahnu nabudu will change to nabud. And for all other forms noun is removed. This huma will change to yabuda, hum will change to yabudu, huma will change to tabudu, antuma will change to tabuda. Sorry, huma and antuma same, tabuda, antum will change to tabudu. So noun is just, I'm just removing the noun, and tabuda, and these two, hunna and antunna, they stay the same. So whether it's rafa, nasab and or majzoom form, marfu, mansoob or majzoom form, these two will stay the same. So in this case, is tabuduna will changes to tabudu because of la. You see, so it's tabuduna is for the marfu form, but this is majzoom because of la, because la is a particle that will change the present tense to majzoom. So tabudu is actually failun mudariun majzoomun bila because of la. Wa alamatu jazmuhu hazfi noon. So and when you don't see noon, that means it's majzoom. And wa file, so we can say, make it simple. So wa filuhu hum antum. You worship, you all. So failun mudari majzubun bila walamatu jazmu hazfin noon wal failuhu antum, because tabuduna is the form which comes with antum. Huwa yabudu, huma yabudani, hum yabuduna, hiya tabudu, huma tabudani, hunna yabudna, anta tabudu, antuma tabudani, antum tabuduna. So antum, for antum is tabuduna, but again noon is removed because of la, because we have to take the verb has to be majzoom here. Shaitana, shaitana, by just after the verb, a noun coming with fatha means is maf'ul. Don't worship who? So the answer of who is maf'ul bihi, maf'ul ash-shaytana, the devil. So maf'ul bihi mansubun wa lamatu nasbuhu al-fatha. So this ash-shaytana is maf'ul, and maf'ul has to be mansub, and the sign of here is mansub is this fatha sign here. Innahu, inna is harfu nasbin wa tawkidin, and this ha is mirun muttasilun because it's attached to inna. This is attached to inna, so it's mirun muttasilun. Fi mahalli nasbin, because who is all the pronouns whether attached or detached, they don't change, so you won't see their changes from rafa to nasab to jar. So that is why in the rafa form or the nasab form or the jar form, they stay the same. So that is we have to say fi mahalli nasbin in place of nasab is ismuha, because ismu inna has to be mansub. Lakum jarun wa majrurun. So indeed he, devil, for you. Aduvun is the ism again. Aduvun means the enemy. So and is rafa marfu aduvun. So is khabru inna, because khabru inna has to be marfu. Ismu inna is mansub and khabru inna is marfu, because he is shaitan is because he is enemy for you, he is your enemy. Aduvun mubinun. So aduvun is khabru inna and is marfu bid dhamma, and mubinun is sifa of aduvun, and again aduvun mubinun. So you see the naat and manut, they follow each other. I mean the manut follows the naat follows the manut. So this is un, this is un, this doesn't have al, this doesn't have, means nakira, singular, and so the number is 1, and this is also singular, 1 and 1, un and un, and this has this un and this is un, so it's following all 4 properties, and it's nakira, both are nakira. So aduvun mubinun is sifa for aduvun, enemy, clear enemy, open enemy. Okay, so let's try to translate this. Alam ahad, did I not command you, alaikum, or did I not take a promise from you? In other words, it seemed we have given some promise before coming to this life. From the Quran, you will it looks like that, but we don't remember that, of course. Did I not command you? Did I not take promise from you? Ya bani Adama, O children of Adam, an la tabudu, that you don't worship ash-shaytana, the devil, innahu, indeed him, lakum, for you, aduvun mubinun, an open enemy, a clear enemy. So that complete verse number 60. I think we should start from verse number 61 in the next session, inshallah. So I'm gonna stop it here.